Is it wrong for me to think that the longer the name, it's probably higher chance of it being kind of corny?
Yes.
It's wrong of me to think that?
No, no, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Irbal Sinergy the Shop. I'm your host, Sinji. With me, my co-host, as always, Irby.
What's up, folks? It's me, baby.
What's up, Troll Master?
Oh, nothing too much. Just chilling out.
Whoa.
Making it do what it does.
Was that you?
Was what me?
Did you do like something on your end to like make yourself sound robotic-y?
Nope. It's probably just something going out. Internet connection or something. I don't know, dog.
I was about to say, yo, Soundmaster got a new sound flow.
Nah, you know me. If it ain't free, it ain't for me, baby.
Hoo.
Don't you forget that.
You got a free flavor?
I don't think I got a free flavor this week. I would say that there's I watched a few different ones that have caught my interest. It's it's about a doctor that solves health related crimes. Essentially, you can call it Anime House. With a touch of murder. It's pretty cool. I like that one. I might get that in my flavor.
I haven't seen much House, but the clips of House I have seen, like, I do want to watch more House.
Yeah, he's a grade A jerk with some stuff that he's so smart that like he'll figure stuff out and you can't even be mad at it.
Yeah. I think Grey's Anatomy had a couple interesting reels I've seen as well, where it's like, I don't know if I'd watch the show, but like people know what reels to put online to like get people interested. I'm like, oh man.
I myself feel like Grey's Anatomy is weird.
You think it's weird?
21 shows and the main character's not even on the show anymore. So it's like, why are you still doing this? They're worse than One Piece.
Imagine Luffy becomes Pirate King and One Piece just keeps going with a new character.
Yeah, like at some point you need to know
what are we doing here
to let the sleeping dog lie, because it makes no sense.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I would whoever did that, I'd be like, they just need to be shot.
But you're saying House is worth watching?
House, yes, it's worth watching.
Have you ever watched Shameless?
I can't say I've watched it, but people talk about it like it's a good show.
Yeah, that's another one I'm curious, and it's really the character Carl that got me interested. And I was like, oh, that kid seems like a badass.
Yeah, I can't say. I'll have to look it up.
But
what it is?
You got a flavor?
No, I can't say I got one.
Oh. I got one.
Probably just more so. I enjoyed watching the show of the anime show, MD Doctor.
Hey.
Let me get the name. It's a Miku MD Doctor Detective. Yeah. She like figured out this whole thing of the guy. He came in with blue blood, and they're like, "Oh my god, blue blood!" I was like, "Whoa! I didn't think this was an alien show." And then so she figured out why the man had blue blood. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yo, speaking of blue blood, was there anything at all growing up that made you think the blood inside your body was blue and then like it turned red whenever it touched oxygen?
Yeah, that's because that's how it works.
Bro, for the life of me, I tried to explain that to my wife, and like I tried to find it online. I couldn't find it. I actually thought I was crazy for a second. I'm like, I swear this was something that was true.
What? That your blood's blue until
it touches oxygen. Yeah.
Well, it's blue till it gets oxidated.
Oh.
And that's why you can look at your hand and see it's It's blue lines in the veins.
That's what I thought. But then,
Yeah.
like, nothing online supported what I was trying to say, and I was just like, maybe I'm fucking crazy.
No,
I
because
could have
that's like the,
sworn.
the medical term. You probably could type in like blood oxidation, and maybe the way you looked it up. But yeah, that's what it is. That's why you see the blue, and that's why your lips turn blue when you're not getting enough oxygen. Yeah, getting too cold and stuff doesn't get there.
All right, cool.
So
It's nice to properly learn why that was the thing. I didn't know it for a fact, but like it's just one of those things that like it sounds feasible, so like you just roll with it. It was one of those things for me. I was like, that sounds like it could be true.
yeah, it's you can look at it this way too. When you get cut, it turns red because oxygen hits it too. But essentially, when you're breathing in your body, it's like blue. But yeah, it's red once the oxygen hits it in your body, breathing through. So
Your body, my
yeah,
body.
ups it through. But yeah, so you learn something new every day, huh?
Yes, sir. Hey, man. If do you remember when you were reading Solo Leveling or listening to it? Do you remember the reason Jinu got reevaluated?
You talking about like the first time?
I don't think he got reevaluated again. A second time.
Yeah, he essentially I think he wanted to see his level again. Um no, he did. I think he got evaluated the first time and he didn't change, and then the second time he got like reevaluated,
Oh no,
I
no, no! I'm
think.
talking about like when he physically went there
Oh,
himself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you remember the reason?
I can't remember the reason.
So,
I think he just wanted to check his level out.
so what it was, and there's a reason I'm bringing this up, obviously. What it was is he was climbing the demon castle and he got to a floor where like the environment was too hot and doing constant damage to himself. So he needed to buy artifacts, and then to buy artifacts, he needed money, and he couldn't sell an item and explain how he got it while being an E rank. So he
Makes
couldn't
sense.
purchase the items as an E rank because he couldn't explain how he got items that no one could explain or come close to creating. That was like the or red orb doubled magic output, and like the strongest thing that wasn't from the system that does that only did up to 50% more. So that's why he got reevaluated so he can purchase the gear to progress in the demon castle.
Makes sense.
Whereas in the anime, it's more in the line of what you said. He just wants to act. It's more of like, oh, if I'm gonna want to raid, people aren't gonna want to E rank, so I gotta reevaluate myself to so I can join higher level raids. And I was like, well, that's a reason, I guess. You could have just skipped one of the things you added and put that little detail in the demon castle in there, and that would have gave him a sufficient reason
Yeah.
to reevaluate his whatever. You know what? With age, I'm learning that I should not hold animes accountable to mangas.
I see.
I feel like that's the wrong lesson here. I feel like I feel like 100% producers should do the proper research, and if they want to add scenes and cut scenes, that's cool. But like, at least make the scenes you're adding and cutting make sense. Like, don't cut out a vital part of the story and then add in fan service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then change the part of the story that you could have left in there. It would have took the same amount of time to do the story correctly than it would have taken to do what they did.
Yeah.
But
I feel you, dog.
that's all. That was my little rant. What do you got to talk about, Irby?
Psh, what is there to talk about?
We got some JoJo's.
I know, but yeah, the Amiku MD detective, like the stuff. The first episode was very interesting with the guy with the blue blood. It did us on this tangent, but yeah. So I was doing some market research, and like apparently the blood just looks blue because it's an optical illusion of the body. It's because it meshes with the skin and all the other stuff, but it's always red because of the oxidations in there. Well, at least that's what the AI overview said. So, but the guy he had blue blood because he had no oxygen in there, and that's what she said with the stuff. Um, but yeah, because he had a medical condition that was caused from his accident that did some stuff that like took the oxygen out of his blood. So yeah, I mean we were kind of sort of right, but that's what happens.
That's what happens with
Yeah,
blood.
and then the next other episode, she comes upon this curious case of these kids watching these cursed videos, and it's causing them to hurt themselves or try to commit suicide. And I was like,
It
oh,
just got dark.
yeah, but it's a completely scientific explanation as to why they do that. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes a bunch of sense. So I do like the science of it and everything that goes along with it.
And where can our listeners who might be interested in said show watch it?
It is on the roll of the crunch.
The Roll of the Crunch. Not Crunchyroll, guys. The Roll of the Crunch. New thing.
Yeah,
Sponsored
yeah.
by yours truly.
Nobody. Is it sponsored by us?
Your Rose Crunch? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I am seeing some new shows to binge though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm seeing a
there's
lot. I'm still seeing the wave of I want to hop on the Isekai coattail train has not ended yet. I still
yeah,
see some
couple.
wild titles out there.
There's one that's free. This is the one that I empathize with. So it's I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. And so this one I empathize with very much because if she doesn't get her work done because the folks of the Adventurers Guild, she has to work late and do paperwork. And so one of the main issues that keeps her working late is because people can't defeat raid bosses and do other things. So she developed an alter ego persona, and whichever one like keeps her from getting home quicker, she goes and like solos them the whole thing and beats the boss. But yeah, but there's some drawbacks because someone recognizes her, which she's not supposed to be doing because she's supposed to be a guild receptionist. So yeah, it's a good one. I enjoy it. It's a little cutesy so far. But
I may be
yeah,
a
that
guild
girl's
receptionist. I
strong.
see it. I may be a guild receptionist. It comes out every Saturday. It looks like, or Friday. It comes out every Friday.
Yeah, I finished 3 episodes so far. But yeah, she's strong. I'm like, oh, okay, look at you.
Right next to, I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class.
Ooh, I didn't. That's not on mine. So
It's not on mine either. It's just, I feel. Is it wrong for me to think that the longer the name, it's probably higher chance of it being kind of corny?
yes,
It's wrong of me to think that.
no, no, no. I am agree.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, why the long banished from the hero's party? I decided to live a quiet life in. It does this one doesn't even fit. It doesn't fit.
I think I watched that one.
There's 2 seasons. Hold on, let me click on it. I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside, and you know what? My dumbass is gonna watch it at some point. Banished
Yeah, I
from the.
watched that one. Yeah, it's that girl. She's strong, boy. Woo-wee.
Let me see.
I
I
didn't.
wish
I
there
didn't
was a
finish the
genre for
second
really
season
long
though.
titles. That'd be hilarious.
I think they might have one of those.
A herbivorous dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized. That's probably just saying every episode is different.
Misunderstood monster.
Yeah, every episode. There's no there's a constant theme, but there's no story. It's just, oh, this time he got villainized doing this. This time he got villainized doing this.
Yeah, but yeah, I did watch the Banished Hero of the Countryside. They had a part in there. I was like, oh man, scoundrels. But yeah, I need to go back and watch that because I started watching it and then I didn't finish because it was not in the dubbed. So I was like, I'll wait till we get some dub episodes. I forgot all about it.
A I
So
forgot High Card existed. And they're coming out with a season 2 at some point.
yep.
All right, I got stuff
So
scrolling through Crunchyroll. So you're enjoying the Doctor Sciencey anime.
yeah, and then I also Villainous is on its last episode. And they threw a wrench in there that I'm like halfway through, and I was like, "Oh man,
Have you watched Our Last Crusade or The Rise of a New World?
Our Last Crusade."
It's like anime Romeo and Juliet, I think. It's like two enemies on opposing sides of a conflict find common ground, potentially making them traitors to their countries
Oh
and
yeah,
war-torn
I
lovers.
watched this.
You watched it?
Yep,
Did you enjoy it?
watched it on Hulu. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, it's on my list.
Yeah, he's strong, she's strong, but I think he may be a little stronger. But essentially it's just a couple misunderstandings here and there, and it caused everyone to go overboard. Yeah, I don't think they have a second season though.
There are a lot. A
Yeah,
lot of animes without second seasons.
yeah,
Shall
which is
we
sad.
get into some JoJo's?
Of course, get into the JoJo's.
So I don't have much to say about this first episode. Maybe you have some like questions you want to ask, but the episode itself was like I could kind of see where it was going all along. So like there was really no shock factor to it, other than the fact that in the Wheel of Fortune episode with the dude with the car stand, other
Yeah,
than picking up Homegirl, and then at the end of the episode, letting her go on a plane. So like, I was just like, at first when we saw her again, I was like, Irby, you liar. And then at the end of the episode, like, maybe not.
yeah, because I was like, who's this? She's like, why'd he break? I was like, oh, is there a cliff? He's like, nope, there's someone over here. Look. And I'm like, oh, she's back.
She's
But
back. And I was like, I knew she had a more important role. No, it's just a comeback episode just to show that she's obsessed with Jotaro now.
yeah, and she's not actually lost per se. She's just trying to get to her childhood world. She wasn't actually going to see her dad.
She was trying to get to
So
what you said?
she just wanted to travel the world. She didn't actually
Yeah,
want to see
yeah,
her
she ran
dad.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Joseph was like, we're on a dangerous journey to save my daughter, his mom, and
You
my
can't
man
come along.
can't come along. We'll put you in danger.
Yeah.
And I guess she
So,
developed a little crush on Jotaro.
I mean, could you blame her?
Yes, he's very rude.
I mean, ain't you rude too?
Toxic. That's toxic. She's clearly got some daddy issues.
She might. But yeah.
Jotaro's funny.
Yeah,
Just,
Jotaro, he
just his
is.
demeanor, yeah. Just the way he approaches things is interesting. I like how he approaches things.
Yeah, you talk about how he pulled Naruto.
Oh yes,
Carman.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I did think that. I was like, oh, my man pulled a Naruto, bro, straight from under the ground.
Yeah, I was like, oh snap.
He used the shadow cloak jutsu.
Shadow Cloak Jutsu.
No clone, just a freaking black sweater in his place.
His black jacket. I was like, oh man. I was like, all right, I know he's not gonna burn up. You can't kill two characters in one season.
I think people are like freaking crazy. Well, first of all, you can't kill Jotaro. He might die in another season, but like he's the main character of this one. I wasn't worried, but like I thought it was kind of weird. It was just like, first of all, Kakuing. I feel like he's not getting enough love. That could change now that I realize how long this season is. But it seems like it's
I don't think
been
it
like
changes.
Polaroid, and then like Jotaro, a little of Joseph, and then it's just a French guy and Jotaro that are really getting more of the screen time.
Yeah.
But
Well, Abdul can't get no screen time.
yeah, he did. He did. They killed off the
Yeah.
homie dog,
Yes.
the darker one.
The melanin brother.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah,
But
continue.
so it was weird. It was like, oh man, Jotaro gets freaking holes put in him. We don't know from what. Let's run into directly in front of the area he got the holes put in them right away, so that we all can get the same thing. Like, you guys are hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, one jumps off a bridge, they all gotta jump off the bridge.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and freaking Kakoin using what are you, the hitch?
Yeah, that was a big brain move.
And then Jotaro pulling on it and swapping places with the car, but like then that thing, the car did a Naruto and just
Yeah.
uppercutted the entire squad. That thing was crazy. The girl, when they started climbing and she like gave up on life, she didn't see them. He's like, Jotaro, if you have enough time to say all that, you have enough time to get up and run. Good grief.
Yeah. I was like, man. She gave a whole monologue and then he's like, oh, you can get up and run. Stop being a little bitch.
I do think they say good grief way too much. Him and Joseph say good grief way too much.
I think it's an
It
adequate
bothers
amount.
me a little.
I think it's very adequate.
It bothers me a little. It's like Naruto and believe it in the beginning. Like he just said it all the time. It was all right, dude. Relax. Or Asta
gotta
and screaming.
believe
It took a while to get used to Asta screaming.
That wasn't him screaming. That's just how he talks.
Listen, whatever it was overbearing, and it took a minute. To I was like, all right, I don't know about this guy. he's got way too much energy for me.
All the energy you need. The fetty and the cheese.
But yeah, they done in that guy pretty easily. I kind of forget how Jotaro ended up actually beating him in the end. Like I know he did the Naruto thing, but I don't know what came after that.
Oh, he beat him up.
He just beat him
said-
up, right?
He said, what?
Die fuck him up.
Yeah.
And then like his car went back to the beater up he actually had.
Yeah.
Now, Justice Part 1 and Part 2 were two very interesting episodes. And what was funny about the episodes were all the real TV references that kept popping up in these two episodes. Like, okay, so I do remember the episodes, but like I only wrote three things down. It was like two funny things and then one like, oh damn, that got graphic. So the first thing I wrote down was Polar saying, "Oh, this man looks like that cartoon cheese on Tom and Jerry." I was like, okay, called my man Swiss cheese. All right.
But he was holy.
And then it's the old lady. She said one of the 007 movies was filmed here. I'm like, all right, cool. Shameless plug, I guess.
Yeah.
And the part that had me like, damn, was when the old lady was like talking to herself, and she was like, "Polaroid, I'm gonna cut off your dick and rip out your guts and finish you off." I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah, she's on one because he killed her son.
She was psychotic.
Yeah, that's why she messes well with Dio.
I don't know if Dio's that psychotic.
That man made a woman eat her own baby.
All right, that's fair. It might be sadistic. I don't know if it's psychotic.
Yeah, psychopath.
It might damn near be satanic. I just don't know if it's psychotic.
Yes.
What's the definition of psychotic?
The answer is always yes.
The answer is yes. The definition of psychotic is yes.
Yes.
So, Justice Part 1 and Part 2, right? It's just, I'm going to bang them out at the same time. You know, they're pulling in. It's getting really foggy. Jotaro thinks he sees like a dead dog, but he doesn't. I feel like Jotaro is kind of slick, right? Because like he'll play it off like it was nothing. Because Joseph asks him, "What's up, Jotaro?" He's like, "Oh, it's nothing." And I think from that moment, since he saw the dog, he was just like, "Ah, there's a stand user nearby." I don't have proof of this, but that's what I think happened.
Yeah, because he's always skeptical of stuff.
Yeah, he seemed more like, I don't want to call him a glass half empty guy, but I'd say maybe he's a realist. Like, all right, we've ran into a fucking stand user every day of this trip, and I saw something that stood out to me. There's probably a stand user here.
Yeah, exactly.
So, they get into town, and people are being standoffish with them. They find a dude, and he ends up being dead. And they open up his clothes, and he's chock full of holes. So, like, they turn to a lady, "Hey, can you call the police?" And she turns around, and she's got like freaking gushing zit juice from her face, and her kid looks weird, like weird. For an illusion, the old hag could have done a lot better making these people seem a little more normal, I feel like.
Yeah.
Cause these people were just weird. And like they just casually decided, "Oh, we'll get a hotel here in this town full of complete weirdos." You know what? The judgment on this crew is not the best. Now that I'm thinking about
Worse.
it. They don't have the best judgment. I would have pieced out of that time. Listen. I made it here with the fog. I'll make it out with the fog as well.
Yeah.
So they get into town. They go through all that. The old lady shows up. It's like, "Oh, I can get some. Your, I have a place nearby. Come with me, Mr. Joestar." And that's when Jotaro first was like, "Hey, how'd you know the name was Joestar?" And it's like, "Oh, that young man over there said it." And he's like, "Did I? I might have. I don't remember." Just, and like she's sweating bullets every time Jotaro like questions her, and it's like, "Oh shit." And it's because like she knows that like Jotaro. I don't know how she knows this because everyone she sent towards him has got. But she's like,
Yeah.
"I got to be careful around Jotaro. He asks us questions to trip people up. So he's very sneaky. I got to try to be helpful and not try to finesse him because he seems like he won't be easily finessed."
Yeah.
But before we get to that, she takes him to the room, whatever. Then like Polar ends up looking for a bathroom again. It's always Polar in a bathroom. So he's looking. They say maybe it's a public one. He hears a sound down. He hears a sound. It was the old hag trying to kill Ho Horse. Is that what's his name? Ho Horse.
Who?
Ho Horse, the cowboy.
I don't even remember his name.
I think it's Ho Horse.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like trying to kill him because she was like, "You and my son were friends, right? Of course, we're best pals." Like, no, the fuck you weren't. Stop. But at the same time, I think she was a little unjustified in like trying to get him. I was like, he wasn't really he didn't betray him. Just your dumbass kid went off on his own. Thought he could handle it. But yeah, so she got him to shoot himself, which I guess I don't know if he explained how he survived that. Maybe it was just like he can despawn his bullet at will because it's part of his stand. So maybe he just pretended to be dead. That's my speculation because I either he didn't explain how he survived or I didn't pay attention to how he survived.
Yeah.
But Polnareff comes in and she panics and like pretends to fall. So like he obviously tries to help her, and then as soon as he notices Ho Horse, that's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call him Ho Horse, or I'll just call him Cowboy. As soon as he noticed Cowboy, he was like, "What's he doing here?" And that's when the Ohag tried to stab dude, and he did good by evading her, and then he got surrounded. He ended up in a bathroom, and he was wondering why they weren't coming in or trying to get him in. So he looks through the peephole, and like something sticks its tongue or whatever through and scratches his tongue. So then Justice Mist gets into his wound and rips a hole, and then she starts making him clean the toilet with his tongue. Oh man, this is a psychotic gag. Then Jotaro kicks the door in and she's like, "You have to knock." She's like, it's funny, I did knock. You must have been too busy doing whatever you were doing to hear. And she's like, I'm looking for Polar. Have you seen him?" It's like, "Oh, no, Jotaro, but I'll help you look for it. I mean, or he's having bathroom troubles." And then Jotaro's like, "How did you know my name is Jotaro?" And she was like, you wrote it on the guest list." "Oh, when you say the guest list, do you mean this list?" "Otaro Joestar."
Yeah, my man's smart.
"I told no one to use my name." "So you're the stand user."
Yeah, you know me. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're facing off or whatever. Polar's trying to warn Jotaro, like, "Hey, don't get caught. She's gonna fill you up with holes, make you look like cheese." And like Jotaro's having a tough time fighting him, and then like after a little struggle, they're like, we have to take care of her or whatever." And he goes, "Nah, don't worry, I already got her. I got her figured out. She won't be able to take her next breath." I don't really know how this worked per se. Like, I get the concept of what he did. I just don't know if it makes sense to me that it worked that way. But she goes, "You're crazy. You think I..." Then she tried to take a breath. "I'm going to take a breath now." Like, "What did you do to me?" And then you just see Star Platinum sucking in the mist.
Yeah.
Like it was a bowl of ramen. And I was just like, but why does that take her breath away?
Does her breath, she's breathing out?
Is that what her stand is? The breath?
No, I have no idea.
Right. It's just every once in a while I'm like, yo, I get it, but like I feel like that doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna roll with it because it's JoJo. There's a lot of things I feel like doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like how Hamon is effectively useless now. That made no sense to me. We spent an entire 2 seasons building it up.
Well, the hormone wasn't effective on the thing because it was essentially part of his body.
Yes, but I don't get why they don't use it on anything. Well, maybe it doesn't affect stands. I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I don't
If
understand.
it's if you
Well,
think of the stand as the extension of oneself, then yeah, I can see it not working out.
man. Well, either way, Jotaro doesn't know how to use it. I don't
Yeah.
think that I
So
know of.
no, he doesn't
Plot
know how to
twist: he's
use it.
secretly training in Hamon and uses it at the end.
He can't use it.
Yeah, you say that, Irby. Why you laughing?
Not that I know of.
You can't give me shows like this because like shit be happening and it makes me start thinking. And when I start, I'm an overthinker, so like I'll come up with like a million different scenarios. So that when one of them is true, is like it's not as effective as like a wow factor. I'm like, I was like, I knew it. Damn, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't think of that. It probably would have been fire to just surprise me.
Yeah, just be surprised.
Yeah, be
But yeah, the use
surprised.
of hormone is that's one of the things I was looking at. I was like, I can't believe they stopped using this.
Yeah,
Like, why
man.
did it was so good?
A lot of the Hamon players were fire.
They were,
I was just like,
and
damn, I
just
kind of missed the
the
Hamon.
fights.
It's got
Yeah,
these weird ass stands.
stands. They're not too bad.
Which Jolene stand, if it was a stand that she used temporarily to kill the lawyer from the first episode I watched accidentally, that thing has some range on it.
Yeah, she uses her stand. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's all good. Continue, sir.
That was really it. That was the end of the episode. And then Joseph makes fun of Polnareff licking the toilet. Then we move on.
I mean, move on with to the next episode.
Nah, that was it. That was 3 episodes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Jotaro decided to keep the old hack around, and Cowboy stole their Jeep.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good though.
Yeah, man. I'm enjoying it. I'll keep trying. I got my boy Mike. He's on the cuss. He thought about it. I had him thinking about it the other day. And I was like, hey, listen, you thought about it. You weren't thinking about it before I told you give it a shot.
It's
I'm
definitely
telling
one where
you're going to
where
get
after
over it.
you get
I
yeah,
promise you, get over it. I
you
got
have to get
over it.
over
I had the
you get over
same
the
gripe
initial.
for years. I did not even want to even look at it because I didn't like the art style. You will get over the art style. It does get better, but like you just stop paying attention to it because you're just thinking about like the crazy shit that just happened.
You're like, why did he do that? Oh, he's like 4 moves ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's just for people that like the big brain plays, the stuff that makes you think this is one for you.
yeah. It's like I feel like I'm watching. Oh man, how do I put this without being offensive? I almost said something wild. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
watching a more colorful version of Classroom of the Elite. As
That
far
is an
as
apt one.
as far as like thinking ahead and like you never really know what Iona Koji is doing until he wins. And it's just like the only time, and to be fair, the only time he didn't win, he got screwed. They cheated. So like I
Yeah.
feel like that's the kind of excitement I get from like, oh shit, he thought that far ahead. And I'm like that's the level of
Yeah.
it's like I want to say it's like talentless Nana meets Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah. I definitely like looking at him, I'm like, oh, my man said Otaro Kojo. I
Yeah,
was like,
Otaro.
what?
He just removed the J.
He's like, oh.
was like, does that say Otaro? And then she goes, Otaro. I was like, yo.
She's heard.
Yo.
She heard he pulled that ruse, and then his whole like, "Hey, I'm." You're like, yeah. Whenever there's a stand user and smoke cigarette smoke, they get a wrinkle over their nose, and everyone's like, "What do you do?" And it's like, "Oh, gotcha."
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, for someone who was so like close to Dio and like seemed like, she had like plans and shit, even though like the team always overcame her plan, when it came down to like facing her, she was just a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
She planned terribly.
Well, I feel like it's a difference for her because she's a planned the whole stage out versus like spontaneous. Hey, come
But
up with
that's what
something
I'm
on the
saying.
moment.
Like she had a very OP stand that like had she used it differently and stopped being impulsive, would have worked out in her favor.
Yeah, she just got flustered, which is like an apt response for like most people.
Yeah.
Um, they get flustered if anything goes wrong or something doesn't go according to plan. So I'm just like, yeah, makes sense.
But that's all I had, homie.
Yeah, that's all I got too.
All right. This is
Got
what
not too much.
thank you for listening to another JoJo cast. We are now the JoJo cast.
Oh yeah,
Until um it's gonna take a while, guys. I got a lot to watch.
yeah. But it's interesting though.
Stardust Crusaders. I'm on Stardust Crusaders. I'm 15 episodes in. There's 48. Then there's Diamond is Unbreakable. That's 39 episodes. Golden Wind is 39 episodes. Stone Ocean is 38. 38.
But I'm
So
like, if you, I would say if you just like binge them, you're like, oh my god, these are just gold. Ah, you know.
I'm worried that if I binge them, I'm not gonna talk about everything.
The good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna miss a lot of good. We're gonna miss a lot of good conversation, and also it's also it's not just that. It's just like, dude, I thought I watched like 6 episodes.
yeah. No, it's definitely the good.
I thought I'm like, yo, I got shit to talk about. I go back then. How many episodes I watched? Oh, I just watched 3. I
Yeah,
don't really have
I
that
think
much. Oh,
five's probably a good amount to do.
I'll try,
Um,
but like I watched JoJo's and I watched Solo and I didn't watch anything else. Like I haven't watched Daima. I haven't watched. I want to watch the new Sword Art. ReZero came out again. It's just hard to find. I'm trying to make more time for JoJo's than anything else because that's something we can have a meaningful
JoJo's
conversation
is
about.
JoJo's more interesting.
I wouldn't say JoJo's more interesting than ReZero.
You say you don't think it is?
I wouldn't say. I would say first season ReZero beats out all the seasons of JoJo's I've seen so far. But
Crazy.
I wouldn't say second season of ReZero beats out all of JoJo's that I've seen so
Crazy.
far. But that first season hit me. I really enjoyed the first season of ReZero.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, but that's not a knock on Joe. I'm not saying JoJo's is not as good as ReZero. I'm just saying like, hey, that I reacted to that one differently. But like, I'll probably take any season of JoJo's over the following season of ReZero. Because once I already knew what to expect and like the shock factor of it. Once he stopped like dying so much, it was just good story. But like when he was dying and like the story kept changing, it was really interesting to me.
Yeah, that's probably why you be playing Binding of Isaac so much.
Yes, man, because I keep dying and I keep doing things differently, and I'm just like I get it. I'm dick, and then it's just like, oh man, because like now I'm getting, I like it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like I'm trying to progress on certain characters when I should just be trying to progress on all of them and make it easier on myself and save the grind because I already. And it's getting to the point where, like, on specific characters, I'm like restarting a lot just to get a good roll on items.
Yeah, I feel you, dog.
But nothing else, Irby?
Nah, that was it. Got nothing too much.
All right, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, share us, and subscribe, and we will catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.